Welcome to the X Project Podcast. This is a podcast of the X Project Substack. To subscribe, please go to thexproject.substack.com. Bitcoin for Beginners, an introductory primer based on Lyn Alden's book, Broken Money, article 47, published April 7th, 2024. In this article, the X Project will answer these questions. Section 1, why this article now? Sections 2 through 8, what are the top themes, conclusions, and takeaways from each of the 7 chapters on Bitcoin in Broken Money? Section 9, what does the X Project guy have to say? And as always, Section 10, why should you care? Reminder for readers and listeners, nothing the X Project writes or says should be considered investment advice or recommendations to buy or sell securities or investment products. Everything written and said is for informational purposes only, and you should do your own research and due diligence. It would be best to discuss with an investment advisor before making any investments or changes to your investments based on any information provided by the X Project. Section 1. Why this article now? Once again, like my last article, this one is also long overdue. In Generational Opportunities, I finally got around to summarizing the bullish case for 4 of the 10 investment themes to which the X Project subscribes: natural gas, uranium, industrial metals, i.e. copper, and agricultural commodities. Of course, that article also reinforced the case for gold and crude oil, the first of which has been covered by the X Project several times before in articles number 13, number 31, and number 41. Finally, it is time to explain Bitcoin. You've probably heard a lot about it recently, with it hitting all-time new highs, along with the news of the recently approved spot Bitcoin ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, and maybe also the news of the upcoming halving event in a couple of weeks. If you don't know what that is, we'll get to it below. I was originally going to cover Bitcoin when I summarized Lyn Alden's very important and highly influential book, Broken Money, in article number 38. Still, I found I had more than enough to say about the book without going into any detail about Bitcoin. If you have not read that article, you may want to stop and do that now, as it will provide an important and more complete context for this article. Here is the little that I did say about Bitcoin in the Broken Money article. Quote, but Alden's book is also unique in many ways, including that Alden brings a non-US and non-dollar perspective. She has family in Egypt and spends significant time there, and uses her own personal experience in describing the realities faced by the other 160 plus fiat currencies in the world that are not the global reserve currency. In so doing, she is able to explain why and how Bitcoin solves many of the problems that plague traditional fiat currencies, which condemn them all to an ultimate destiny of failure. Bitcoin is a new type of money based on new technology, and there is no guarantee that Bitcoin will exist in 50 or 100 years, or even 5 or 10 years. However, Alden builds a compelling case for why Bitcoin has a possibility of succeeding where every fiat currency ever known has failed. End quote. With that, let's examine each of the 7 chapters of this book devoted to Bitcoin. Section 2. What is the top takeaway from Chapter 20? The creation of stateless money. Chapter 20 traces the ideological and technological journey toward the development of digital currencies that operate independently of state control. It begins with Friedrich Hayek's vision for a money system beyond government reach, setting the stage for the emergence of digital currency attempts through the late 20th century. The chapter outlines early innovations and challenges faced by pioneers like David Chaum, who made significant strides with the concept of digital cash and cryptographic privacy, but ultimately encountered limitations in achieving widespread adoption and network effects. These narratives underscore the persistent quest for a decentralized monetary system that could resist censorship and provide stability outside the purview of government-managed currencies. The chapter delves into the cryptographic and technological advancements that paved the way for Bitcoin, emphasizing the role of Satoshi Nakamoto's seminal work in realizing a decentralized peer-to-peer electronic cash system. By solving the double spending problem, Bitcoin represented the culmination of decades of effort toward creating a stateless form of money. The narrative highlights how Bitcoin's architecture, combining proof of work, a distributed ledger, and cryptographic security, offered a novel solution that ensured transaction integrity and network consensus without central authority. This breakthrough solidified Bitcoin's place as the first successful implementation of digital cash and ignited a paradigm shift in how money could be conceptualized and utilized. Ultimately, Chapter 20 draws significant conclusions about the implications of Bitcoin's emergence for the future of money. It portrays Bitcoin as a revolutionary step forward in the quest for financial sovereignty, offering individuals worldwide a new form of money that is resistant to inflation, censorship, and control by any single entity. The chapter underscores the profound impact of Bitcoin on the financial landscape, challenging traditional notions of money and opening avenues for innovation in digital finance. Section 3. What is the top takeaway from Chapter 21, Bitcoin's Path of Monetization? Chapter 21 delves into the evolution of Bitcoin from a concept into a significant monetary asset that challenges the foundations of traditional finance. It examines Bitcoin's initial stages, where it functioned primarily as a digital novelty among a small circle of technologists and libertarians, to its status as a recognized store of value and medium of exchange. This transition is attributed to Bitcoin's unique properties: its decentralized nature, limited supply, divisibility, and ability to facilitate peer-to-peer transactions without the need for intermediaries. These characteristics underscore Bitcoin's potential not only as a hedge against inflation and fiat currency devaluation, but also as a tool for financial inclusion, enabling global access to a secure and borderless form of money. The narrative then explores the broader economic and societal implications of Bitcoin's growing acceptance and its role in diversifying the global financial landscape. Highlighting the contrast between Bitcoin and traditional banking systems, the chapter discusses how Bitcoin provides an alternative for people in economically unstable or authoritarian regions to preserve and transfer wealth securely. This aspect of Bitcoin is particularly emphasized in contexts where access to conventional banking is limited or non-existent, showcasing Bitcoin's capacity to empower individuals by offering financial autonomy and resistance to censorship. The chapter also addresses the challenges and criticisms of Bitcoin, including its volatility and energy consumption, while arguing that these are part of its maturation process as a disruptive financial technology. In conclusion, Chapter 21 posits that Bitcoin's journey of monetization is far from complete, with its potential impact on global finance and governance still unfolding. The chapter suggests that as Bitcoin continues to evolve, it could lead to reevaluating monetary policies, promoting greater financial literacy, and encouraging the development of more transparent and equitable financial systems. By highlighting Bitcoin's role in facilitating secure, efficient, and inclusive financial transactions, the chapter underscores the cryptocurrency's potential to reshape the future of money. This transformation, the chapter argues, hinges on continued technological innovation, regulatory adaptation, and the growing recognition of Bitcoin's utility as a decentralized alternative to conventional monetary systems. Section 4. What is the top takeaway from Chapter 22, Cryptocurrencies and Trade-offs? Chapter 22 embarks on a critical examination of the burgeoning world of cryptocurrencies that emerged in the wake of Bitcoin's success, emphasizing the diversity of projects and the spectrum of technical and philosophical trade-offs they embody. The chapter navigates through the myriad of cryptocurrencies that have attempted to refine, alter, or reimagine Bitcoin's original premise, aiming for scalability, privacy, speed, and governance improvements. It lays out the foundational understanding that no blockchain system can simultaneously achieve perfect decentralization, scalability, and security, known as the blockchain trilemma, and how different projects prioritize these aspects based on their unique objectives. This exploration reveals the vibrant experimentation within the cryptocurrency space, highlighting both the innovation it fosters and the complexity it introduces for users and regulators. The discussion pivots to the motivations driving the development of new cryptocurrencies, distinguishing between genuine attempts to address specific challenges within the digital currency space and projects motivated by financial speculation or the personal enrichment of their founders. The chapter scrutinizes the ethical considerations and potential conflicts of interest inherent in cryptocurrency projects, particularly those with pre-mined coins or disproportionate rewards for founders. It warns of the risks associated with centralization in terms of network control and economic ownership, which can undermine the foundational principles of decentralization and peer-to-peer interaction that cryptocurrencies seek to uphold. Conclusively, Chapter 22 articulates a nuanced perspective on the cryptocurrency ecosystem, recognizing it as a dynamic and innovative domain that holds significant promise, but also poses substantial challenges. It calls for informed engagement from users, developers, and regulators to navigate the trade-offs and complexities of this evolving landscape. The chapter underscores the importance of transparency, community engagement, and adherence to the ethos of decentralization as guiding principles for the sustainable development of cryptocurrencies. Through this lens, the chapter encourages a balanced and critical approach to adopting and governing digital currencies, advocating for continuous learning and adaptation as key to harnessing their potential while mitigating their risks. Section 5. What is the top takeaway from Chapter 23, the Lightning Network? Chapter 23 presents an in-depth exploration of the Lightning Network as a transformative layer built atop Bitcoin's base layer, aiming to address blockchain technology scalability and efficiency challenges. This secondary layer facilitates instant, cost-effective, and private transactions through smart contract channels, fundamentally altering how Bitcoin transactions are processed. By leveraging the 2017 SegWit soft fork, the Lightning Network introduces a channel-based system for transactions, drawing an analogy to the simplicity and directness of physical cash transactions. This innovation not only significantly reduces the load on the Bitcoin network by moving many smaller transactions off-chain, but also retains the security and decentralization that are central to Bitcoin's appeal. The chapter elaborates on the Lightning Network's technical workings and philosophical underpinnings, highlighting its departure from the broadcast model used by traditional blockchains. By creating payment channels that allow multiple transactions to occur away from the main blockchain, the Lightning Network offers a solution to the inefficiencies posed by having every transaction verified by the entire network. This layered approach ensures that Bitcoin can scale more effectively, catering to a broader range of transactions without compromising on decentralization or privacy. The discussion underscores the importance of the Lightning Network in making Bitcoin a more practical medium of exchange for everyday transactions, thereby enhancing its utility beyond merely a store of value. The chapter contemplates the Lightning Network's role in the broader context of Bitcoin's evolution and its potential impact on the future of digital payments. By providing a means for rapid, low-cost transactions, the Lightning Network stands as a pivotal development in the cryptocurrency domain, promising to facilitate a wider adoption of Bitcoin for daily transactions. The growth and liquidity of the network are identified as critical factors for its success, with the network effect playing a vital role in ensuring its reliability and effectiveness. As the Lightning Network continues to mature, it represents a significant step towards realizing the vision of a scalable, efficient, and decentralized financial system, highlighting the ongoing innovation within the cryptocurrency space. Section 6. What is the top takeaway from Chapter 24, Proof of Work versus Proof of Stake? Chapter 24 dives into the debate between two consensus mechanisms foundational to blockchain technology, highlighting their distinct approaches to securing decentralized networks. The chapter begins by reiterating the significance of energy consumption in proof-of-work systems like Bitcoin, emphasizing its role as a neutral arbiter of truth that drastically reduces the need for governance within the network. This is where Bitcoin miners come into play. A miner plays a crucial role in maintaining and securing the blockchain network. Miners are individuals or entities that use powerful computers to solve complex cryptographic puzzles. By doing so, they validate transactions and add them to the blockchain, a process that requires significant computational power and energy. In return for their efforts, miners are compensated with newly minted coins, known as the block reward, along with user transaction fees. This dual compensation and model incentivizes miners to continue securing the network. Additionally, Bitcoin implements a mechanism known as halving, which occurs approximately every 4 years, with the next one set to occur on April 19th. During a halving event, miners' block reward for validating a new block is cut in half. This mechanism is designed to control the supply of new Bitcoins entering circulation, mimicking the scarcity and deflationary characteristics of precious metals like gold. Halving helps to ensure that Bitcoin remains a scarce digital asset, contributing to its value proposition over time. The process of halving continues until a maximum supply of 21 million Bitcoins is reached around the year 2140, at which point miners will solely rely on transaction fees for compensation. By contrasting proof of work with proof of stake, the author reveals the core trade-offs of moving away from energy as a key input. Proof of stake systems rely on coin holders to validate transactions, ostensibly reducing energy consumption, but reintroducing governance issues that blockchain technology aims to minimize. The chapter elucidates the intrinsic value of energy expenditure in proof of work to maintain decentralization and security, arguing that the absence of this in proof of stake compromises the network's integrity and resilience. The narrative further explores the inherent challenges and complexities of proof of stake systems, including their susceptibility to centralization and the difficulty in establishing an unforgeable chain history. This section underscores the critical advantages of proof of work in creating a verifiable, immutable record of transactions without the need for trust or centralized authority. The author critically examines the potential for proof-of-stake systems to become oligopolistic, where a small group of validators could wield disproportionate control over the network, contrasting with proof-of-work's openness to participation based on energy and computational power. This discussion pivots on the fundamental notion that proof-of-stake, while innovative, may not provide a robust enough foundation for decentralized global money, due to its reliance on circular logic and governance structures reminiscent of traditional corporate models. Conclusively, the chapter posits that while proof of stake may offer certain efficiencies and a lower barrier to entry for validators, it falls short of the decentralization and security benchmarks set by proof of work. By delving into the mechanics, advantages, and pitfalls of both consensus models, the author emphasizes the importance of choosing the right foundation for the intended use case of a blockchain. For currencies where trustlessness and censorship resistance are paramount, proof of work remains the superior choice. However, the exploration of proof of stake highlights ongoing innovations in blockchain technology, suggesting that different consensus mechanisms may find their niches for specific applications beyond the scope of creating decentralized money. This nuanced analysis invites readers to appreciate the complex interplay between technology, economics, and governance in the evolution of blockchain and cryptocurrency. Section 7. What is the top takeaway from Chapter 25? How Bitcoin uses energy. Chapter 25 systematically debunks the hyperbolic claims regarding Bitcoin's energy consumption, contextualizing its usage within the broader energy ecosystem. The chapter begins by addressing and correcting the narrative that Bitcoin could consume all the world's energy. This notion has been proven to be grossly exaggerated, as Bitcoin consumes less than 0.1% of global energy consumption. Alden elucidates the mechanisms of Bitcoin mining, emphasizing the inherent limit on energy consumption determined by the utility Bitcoin provides to its users and the tendency of Bitcoin to consume stranded or otherwise wasted energy. This perspective shifts the conversation from the amount of energy consumed to the type of energy sources utilized, highlighting Bitcoin's role in promoting the use of renewable and excess energy. A significant portion of the chapter is dedicated to explaining the economic underpinnings of Bitcoin mining, including the diminishing block subsidies and the transition towards transaction fees as the primary miner incentive. This transition ensures a sustainable and predictable reduction in energy consumption over time, and underscores the misinterpretation of Bitcoin's energy usage as inherently wasteful. Instead, Alden presents a nuanced view where Bitcoin miners act as a flexible global demand response mechanism for electricity, incentivizing the development of renewable energy projects, stabilizing grids, and utilizing excess capacity that would otherwise go to waste. This role of Bitcoin mining is elaborated through several innovative examples, from stranded hydroelectric power in China to using waste gas from oil production and landfill methane for energy generation, portraying Bitcoin as a catalyst for environmental sustainability. The chapter concludes by broadening the discussion to the potential societal benefits of Bitcoin's energy consumption. By leveraging underutilized energy sources, Bitcoin mining supports the expansion of renewable energy infrastructure, provides a revenue stream for energy projects in remote locations, and even facilitates the development of electrical infrastructure in underdeveloped regions. Alden effectively reframes the energy debate around Bitcoin, arguing that its energy consumption is not only a non-issue, but could be instrumental in driving positive environmental and societal changes. The takeaways challenge prevalent misconceptions, presenting Bitcoin as an innovative force in the global energy landscape, potentially making underused energy sources economically viable and contributing to the global transition towards renewable energy. Section 8. What is the top takeaway from Chapter 26, Cryptocurrency Risk Analysis? Chapter 26 delves into the nuanced and multifaceted risks associated with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, acknowledging the inherent skepticism many might hold towards such digital assets' longevity and financial stability. The author shares a personal journey from initial skepticism to a more nuanced understanding and eventual endorsement of Bitcoin, emphasizing the importance of recognizing the inherent risks while appreciating cryptocurrency's technological innovation and potential. The chapter recounts the early days of Bitcoin, highlighting the author's hesitation due to concerns over market dilution, potential government intervention, and the technical vulnerabilities inherent in a system that, despite its revolutionary promise, remains a piece of complex software subject to bugs and exploits. This narrative sets the stage for a deeper exploration of the specific risks facing Bitcoin and the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem. Addressing the risk of market dilution, the chapter articulates concerns that the creation of new cryptocurrencies could fragment the market, potentially undermining the value and security of established coins like Bitcoin. However, the author notes that Bitcoin has maintained its dominance and network effect over 14 years, suggesting a resilience and liquidity depth, shielding it from being easily supplanted or diluted. This segment underscores the critical importance of network effects in reinforcing Bitcoin's position as a decentralized ledger with an unforgeable history, making a compelling case for Bitcoin's enduring scalability and security relative to its countless imitators. The analysis further extends to the challenges posed by potential government bans and regulatory crackdowns, highlighting the dichotomy between government control over monetary systems and the liberating promise of stateless money like Bitcoin. The author examines historical precedents of government restrictions on assets, drawing parallels and speculating on possible futures for cryptocurrency regulation. The chapter concludes by exploring computational threats, including the risks posed by quantum computing and the potential for concentrated mining power to undermine the network's decentralization. Through this comprehensive risk analysis, the chapter illuminates the multifaceted challenges facing cryptocurrencies. It reinforces the significance of ongoing vigilance, innovation, and community engagement in navigating these risks and securing the future of digital assets. In the next section, I will explain what I think about all of this, and then in the final section, why you should care and, more importantly, what more you can do about it. However, I have just hit a new paid subscriber threshold, and so you now have to be a paid subscriber to view the last 2 sections. The X Projects articles always have 10 sections. Soon, after a few more articles, the paywall will move up again within the article so that only paid subscribers will see the last 3 sections, or rather, free subscribers will only see the first 7 sections. I will be moving the paywall up every few weeks, so ultimately free subscribers will only see the first 4 or 5 sections of each article. Please consider a paid subscription. All paid subscriptions come with a free 14-day trial. You can cancel anytime. Every month, for the cost of just 2 cups of coffee, the X Project will deliver 2 articles per week, helping you know in a couple of hours of your time per month what you need to know about our changing world at the intersection of commodities, demographics, economics, energy, geopolitics, government debt and deficits, interest rates, markets, and money. You can also earn free paid subscription months by referring your friends. If your referral sign up for a free subscription, you get 1 month of free paid subscription for 1 referral, 6 months of free paid subscription for 3 referrals, and 12 months of free paid subscription for 5 referrals. So please, refer your friends. Thank you. This concludes the X Projects podcast number 47. Please subscribe to the X Project Substack at thexproject.substack.com.